All right, here we go. We've already are thinking the first items might be. Right. Parlor and the climb they go. And fall.
Coming up on our first item, just vanilla morph ball.
And vanilla missiles. Our item.
That's better. For some reason, I couldn't hear you, Stump. I don't know why. Apparently, the chat could hear me. But, I think we're good now.
In the ceiling.
High jump. As we all know, this is Kip's favorite item. Best item in the game.
Keku got it. That'll allow checking some extra minor items here. Also, that Bomb Terizo's item could now be anything.
Yeah, if they don't find bombs early on, the BT item becomes somewhat limited because you need something to progress.
And not having that forces that item to be either bombs or a speed booster.
Or I believe screw attack.
Looks like there were some supers under Old Mother Brain. Early too. Especially if there happened to be that Bomb Terizo. That'll make it a very quick fight. Energy tank Terizo in this run. Headed down to our next item. Keku just out of Bomb Terizo. Well, Kip is going to find Space Jump.
Space jump is a solid find. It will open up an easy X-ray check, as well as if they find speed
A lot
booster.
easier to get a lot more places.
Easy access to the ship, and should make some hell runs easier if they have to go that way.
Southern Kip is her early supers room. That's one pack of supers so far. I have a vanilla reserve tank. That's thing. Will be a item down near the
Gonna go ahead and pick
reserve
up the
tank anyway.
It doesn't really hurt to have this early on, especially if you don't know what you're going to get. If you're forced to hell run, it can help, but it's not required, so Keku going ahead and skipping it.
Kip's about to reach that energy tank, and we've got Keku there. And we have Screw Attack.
And now
Great
it's Space and
combination
Screw.
with Space Jump.
It's Space and Screw and High Jump. Their movement's going to be really nice, and they're not going to have to worry about a ton of stuff. So far, no suits, so we can't say if it's going to be free or not, but I'd say that's a pretty nice start.
Yeah, this is going to make it much easier to check a lot more places. Yeah. Have a lot of enemies in the air, like X-Ray. Kip is getting ready for that reverse green gate glitch. It's a lot easier to do when you have high jump. Be rewarded with plasma beam.
Very nice find early on. Doesn't have any other beams to go with it, but it will. I mean, they've got Screw Attack and Plasma, so they can mow through whatever enemies come in their path.
Most all of the movement power and now starting to get the firepower too.
Also found quite a few supers already.
Charge is going to be a reserve tank. We won't have to come back for it. In Green Hill Zone. All on their way to the ammo totals that might be needed come up. Well, for how far in the game they are. Southern Kip getting ready to go see what is at X-Ray. This set of movement items, there is no reason not to.
Yeah, this we we don't have to call anything's free, but that's about as free as it gets. And bombs will prevent a lot of soft blocks.
Have an X-ray hallway high five in the air. And Shoyu's going to
Oh no.
Little health, it seems.
Kept getting really low there. That was scary.
Boots. Those spikes do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Able to get out of there. But it's definitely scary with only one tank. Reserves technically as well, but he didn't have any energy in those. And without having speed booster yet, even with these great movement items and damage output, they're definitely not going to want to go to ship just yet.
Yeah. Oh, Spacer holding yet another reserve tank. Seen so far. And Southern Kip has gotten all three of them.
And this is what I was talking about briefly when you picked up the first one, is that they're not really required. You could get away without them, but I believe the logic can force hell runs with just reserves. So if they don't find anything else and they want to go to Norfair, it could be a problem not having those.
Southern Kip grabbing those super missiles at Kraid's missiles.
If he keeps this up and they get Varia soon, he can head straight for Ridley. He's already got way more than enough items to do Warfare. I think this is going to be a pretty quick seed if Area is somewhere in the next 3 or 4 checks.
With all the other movement items having come up where they have, seed is forthcoming with the other items. Our hands. A quick kill for kekumanshoyu though.
He's gonna have to be a little bit careful. He hasn't picked up any other tanks, and his energy is kind of low. Again, he has screw and space jump, so it shouldn't be too dangerous if he takes it safe.
And that E-tank will do nicely for refilling health. And Southern Kip is going to find X-ray as the other item that Kraid was guarding.
And now he's just charge beaming away from using some microwave strats on Fantoon and Dragon. Very powerful.
Hopefully charge will come up so we can see that happen.
Optimally, they would find Varia at either ice or high jump, and they could just head straight down and hopefully find a charge beam somewhere along the way, as well as gravity and speed. We haven't seen any seeds that were that free yet, I don't think, but there were a couple that were very quick.
Okay, there's X-ray for Keku.
Kip using a power bomb there to kill the Novas so that he doesn't take damage. Ooh, gravity suit.
It's not Varia, but it's still a great thing to find.
Finding it at this point is a little bit obnoxious, though, because it opens up a lot of places when you really just want to head straight for Ridley if you can. But he does give more options for where Varia could be. And we might see him just head back up to Meridia after checking high jump.
Let's see what Keku finds at high jump. Intended use of X-ray to find that there's an E-tank before grabbing it.
Now, this is technically enough energy to go and do hell runs. Even for Keku, who didn't pick up reserves. But it's going to be pretty time consuming. So we'll see what they decide to do. Kip is picking up another pack of power bombs so that he can crystal flash if needed. And it seems Keku is saving probably to hell run through Cathedral. And it looks like Kip is thinking the same thing. Oh right, Keku has to do ice first. Again, if they do find Varia down here, it'll be better pathing in the long run. But this will take a lot of time to refill health. Again, they have enough to Crystal Flash, so that'll save a little bit of time. But it's still not the most pleasant thing to do.
Alright, Southern Kip is getting ready to check speed booster.
It's one of the easier starting ones simply because you can farm.
A very convenient farming spot there.
The other one would have been Kekumanshoyu, but it's a bit more of a time sink if it's nothing good, even though the area isn't heated.
Kekumanshoyu heading elsewhere.
And I like this play because, again, like I said, the hell runs are pretty time costly. We'll see if it pays off. If he finds something like Varia at Mama Turtle, he might head straight back down.
Keku's headed to the ship.
Oh. And that's also another call. Doesn't have speed booster, but it has potential to be in the ship itself. Keep finding an E-tank. That'll make his journey easier.
Booster.
So what do you think?
Items.
What do you think we'll see, Stump? Where do you think Varia is going to be at?
Feeling it might be at I think gravity.
Interesting. And I think we'll see Keku check out Gauntlet here. It might have speed, and if Varia is at Wreckship Reserve, it would be more time to not check Gauntlet first.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to see what is at Wave.
And
There
it's
is
vanilla.
Wave.
Ohio. That'll add to the damage a little bit.
This is going to be checking Gauntlet here. In there.
And kept taking the time to save. I think we're going to see him just go ahead and Crystal Flash.
There's that 4th reserve tank.
Keku saying, no, thank you. Oh, never mind, he's got a lot in his reserve. He'd be fine. And it seems like both runners are preparing for the possibility that even with Wave and Plasma, they won't find charge, while having pretty healthy amounts of ammo. And there goes Ice Beam, so they won't have to worry too much about Metroids or getting through to Dragon. Of course, Keku isn't down there yet, but I can only imagine he will check it before he goes to Meridia eventually. And besides, I mean, they don't have to do Suitless Meridia, but besides Grapple, they have pretty much everything they would have needed for it. Keep going for the Krokomire check. He's down here. It's not heated. He's got plenty of ammo. It's
May as well
free
check
health refill.
While there.
Yep.
Show you starting the Shantoon fight.
Getting a pretty nice Doppler. Kept taking Croc for a walk. Right into the acid.
And the immediate reward being Vanilla E-Tank.
Still not a terrible find. 5 energy tanks is a pretty decent amount to have. I think most people are content with at least 7 if they're going to do stand-up. They won't know if they can for a bit, but at this stage the extra health isn't hurting anything really. Would have been nice to have during some of the other Hell Run.
And now Keku's gonna start seeing what the wrecked ship items are.
And
Is
right off
going
the
to
bat,
be Speed Booster.
fantastic find. That opens up Wreckship Reserve, so he doesn't have to worry about not being able to get whatever's there if it's something good. Kip is finding another E-Tank. So Upper Norfair had Gravity and Ice and Wave Beam. All good items, but nothing that's helping him do what he wants to. Just try and force this Norfair. We'll see if he decides to go to Meridia now or head to the wreck ship. Both are pretty big time commitments to check everything, but I think ship is probably less so.
There's Charge Beam.
And that will make Meridia quicker, being able to instantly one round. Well, maybe not quite one round with only charged plasma, but at the very least 2 or 3 round the snake and shrimp. And I missed what Keku found. Oh, right, charge. Sorry, I just thought my mistake. I'm losing it over here.
He was gonna have a quick time with the Meridia bosses.
Regardless of where Kip is going, he is going to open the tube now.
See an intended X-ray use, and we do, to see that the tank is an E-tank. So probably we will not see that actually be collected.
And over at Mama Turtle, we have... Oh my goodness, Fairy Suit.
Is that Varia? Alright.
And I think we see Kip turn right back around. This is still pretty close to Norfair. Has all the items he needs to knock out Ridley. I mean, he could just go ahead and take out Dragon, but yeah, it looks like he wants to go down.
With what Kip still has left to do, going down and doing Ridley first, I would definitely say is the right call.
Yeah, it'll just put him in a much better position on the way out. And Keku finding an energy tank. So charge and speed, pretty good items. Unfortunately, having to waste the time to check this just to get an E-tank, but he's gonna gun it for Meridia, and we'll probably find his Varia as well.
With charge all the way up in the ship, until if ever, because is fairly close to, well, reasonably close to the amount of ammo that would be necessary otherwise.
He does have a pretty good amount, but you're right, it's not close.
Yeah, I probably have enough. That's the Fantoon, so...
There are still quite a few places to check. Unfortunately, now that Keku has charge, he probably won't be checking as much, so it'll be a bit of a time loss, but it's definitely probably better than searching everywhere for charge. For all intents and purposes, Kip is go mode. He just is missing speed to kind of speed things up. So he just needs the ammo, really. And not even going to check GT. I think he's just going to commit to ammo. And here we have Keku getting his Varia. So I don't think we see him check as much in Norfair, which means this is a pretty nice time advantage for Keku, making up a bit that Kip had to spend checking. He did go to everything, including Croc, and while Keku had to go and check out bowling, it was still less time spent in the long run, I think. The only real difference is their positions. Oh. Actually, this is... Alright, he's just going to go ahead and clear out Meridia. Interesting.
Well,
so...
Yeah, we got Keku in full go mode now.
Yeah, he's also in go. He won't have Ice Beam, but he has plenty of power bombs for the Metroids. And he can just Speed Booster here. And also Speed Booster Zeb Skip. The only thing is... doing this first, when he's done with Ridley, he will be in a worse position to get to G4 in Torian, but should be okay. He does have the full X-ray combo, so this won't take him very long.
Alright, Platoon falls to the X-ray combo. Tank. Right where there normally would be one. And Kip entering the Ridley fight.
Well,
If we'll see simultaneous boss fights here.
And like I said, Kip probably going to end up committing to ammo instead of the charge beam, but I think we do see him check a couple spots, namely this one, because it's right there. But since we know where it is, where charge beam is, I don't think we're going to see him get at this run. Very clean.
Yeah. Nice Ridley fight.
And
another begins.
Not quite simultaneous, but close enough. Oh, Kip accidentally picking up the crab beam.
Oh.
Went full force right into the room, not even expecting it to be that.
That Spazer lies in wait.
When you least expect it. It will...
Some unsuspecting galactic bounty hunter will appear who already has plasma. Sad.
Very sad indeed. And Keku having a little bit of trouble due to only having plasma beam, but getting Dragon down pretty quick anyway. And we'll see what she was holding. Just another E-tank. He's gonna go ahead and pick it up. I think he's thinking if he finds more beams, he can do stand up and get some mileage out of it. Even with only plasma, it's not terrible. It's just not as good as it could be.
There is only one major item we haven't seen yet.
And where would
Best
that
one in the game?
Where would that elusive spring ball be? My bets are at Shack Tool. Vanilla all day, every day.
we just saw a vanilla E-Tank, so yeah, it could be vanilla Spring Ball.
Keku might check Sandpit here on his way down. Looks like that's where he's headed. Might have a Spring Ball here. Nope. So, just thinking about this, Kip needs basically, what, 3 more super missile packs to be set for Mother Brain? Or any combination that would lead him to that much damage. And he's got like 2 Aqueduct supers he can. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have a speed booster. He has the missiles after Dragon, and he's got the moat and the ocean and a couple spots in Wreck Ship, as well as Gauntlet. So I think he's probably fine just to do this with ammo.
Interesting, we didn't see lava missiles checked.
You're right. I didn't think about that. And, yeah, charge was that Wreck Ship E-Tank. Somebody in chat asked. I don't think we see Kip go out that far out of his way to get that. Like I said, he checked. I assumed he would check the Ridley E-Tank. Wasn't sure about Firefleet, but he did check that. So he'll probably look at Botswoon and Dragon, and if he still needs ammo, maybe the right side super and Wreck Ship, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
There's Chronic Boost for Keku, starting Lower North Fair.
Making that look really easy. Oh, I forgot about Crab Supers.
First.
Don't see that check every day. Now just 2 super packs away. And he might get some more than that just for comfort. Southern comfort. So yeah, chat. What's your guess of where Spring Ball's at? It can be GT, Shack Tool, Plasma, and Waterway. I think. Pretty sure that's all.
Kept setting up the ice clip because speed booster.
And we'll have to see how that plays out in the end. Like I said, Keku isn't quite to Ridley yet, but he's farther away from G4 than Kip will be. But without speed booster, several segments will be significantly shorter, including well, maybe not the Coliseum because of Space Jump, but just a few minor things, including the escape. Kip disregarded the energy tank and then decided he wanted it after all, and then has to go through here. Probably could have gone under and skipped it, but you can kind of get trapped in the sand there and waste more time than you would have just going normally, taking the extra fanfare. And Kip is going to have kind of a long Dragon, I think. He's got everything beam-wise besides charge, so he can't just shoot. And doesn't have speed booster, so he can't ram into her. And doesn't have grapple, so no quick kill there. So it's going to be up to the old ammo count, which he's got a lot of, so we'll definitely see him refill at some point.
Yeah, this time we do have simultaneous boss fights.
Being reversed this time with Keku. Keku being able to charge beam Ridley, and as I was saying, Kip is going to have to use ammo on Dragon. Looks like he's given Keku a little bit of trouble, but dead and no real harm.
That's all for major bosses for Keku. Getting Spazer. Good.
And with this, I would call Keku in the lead. Regardless of position, Kip still has 2 bosses, and this one's going to take... Oh, nope. It's dead. Well, still in the lead by a boss. But the positioning will be an interesting factor. Kip also still needs to collect some more missiles, so... Very interesting seed so far. I think just in the long run, it has come down to the time spent doing different things, as well as charge beam and speed booster. Wreck Chip really did pay off for Keku here. And Keku's still checking stuff. I guess he's trying to find that spring ball for validation. Or that 7th E-Tank for a stand-up glitch. The world may never know. Or probably just Ice Beam.
Yeah, power bombing Metroids is no fun.
Yeah, it results in less drops. And even though he's got way more than enough to not worry about RNG, it still does take time. I'm curious how much stuff we see him check on the way out.
Well, man.
I believe Keku did not pick up Spazer. He just went in and saw it and then left.
Did not pick up Spazer.
Well, he's skipping over. Yep.
Beam
Okay.
for Keku.
Yep. Skipping over Wave and Ice, so just gonna head straight for G4. Kip in the meantime picking up the last of his ammo. Unfortunately, finding only one super pack here.
This pack of super missiles that makes Kip able to handle Mother Brain if the glass is broken away and then are refilled.
Yeah, I think checking a couple extra minor locations will save more time than having to go back and refill. Considering there's 2 or 3 right on this path.
Right, Kip still has to direct ship.
Yeah. And this is why Keku's in the lead. If it wasn't for that, it would be pretty close right now. Still is relatively close, but unfortunately, Kip is going to have to first rely on good Fantine patterns and then also get another missile pack if he doesn't want to. Or, sorry, super missile pack if he doesn't want to have to refill. And more missiles would do it too, as long as he has enough overall. And this is true. Keku does not have ice, but I don't think the time it takes to power bomb Metroids is quite enough to make up for the lack of speed booster in the escape for Kip. Like, even if they were neck and neck at this point. And it seems like... I'm curious why Keku's going to Gauntlet. He already knows it's a reserve tank, but maybe he forgot and thinks it might have a chance of getting ice. Or maybe he just wants the extra ammo.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. One more pack of super missiles for kekumanshoyu.
So we know that Kip will have enough if he decides to go that route. Or, excuse me, more than enough. Kip finishing off the ghost.
Yep, Kip has defeated Fantoon. To grab a little more ammo and
yeah, I think the extra ammo he wants, as the chat is pointing out, would be for not having to worry about speed skip on those appetites. The trick itself isn't that bad once you've learned it, but it is a very tight tap. So you might be thinking, I'll just try it, and if it doesn't work, I can just use ammo. Wave Beam was at the Vanilla location, and Spacer was at Ridley.
Okay, that pack of missiles actually puts Kip that gives Kip what he needs, although it'll be really tight.
And Keku here, getting a little low on health, trying to skirt around these Metroids to get them all on screen and not take too much damage. Again, they don't drop as much when they die by power bomb, so
One thing,
the normal health amounts you would see them drop normally are like nothing. Luckily, there's a little manipulation you can do here, which Keku is doing nicely. Means that he will not be able to do baby skip, but not really a big problem.
okay, Kip headed through Gauntlet. Super and regular missile pack.
And for Kip, he hadn't checked this, so even if he had enough ammo, this gives him even more to play with. Plus, it could have been charge or speed booster for him, so it's a good call. And Kip dealing with those pirates with missiles when he has screw attack. I approve. Showing him what's what. Oops, and Kip getting grabbed there. He will have less trouble with this, as well as potential for baby skip. Whereas Keku can do stand up, it won't be as strong as it could be, but he can, as opposed to Kip, who will just have to wait out the cutscene, and then he's got speed booster where Kip doesn't. So just gonna go ahead and use missiles on the Zebs, not even worry about the skip. I think that's probably the right call. Very, very close race.
Alright, Keku is through Mother Brain 1.
The fight overall will take slightly longer as well. He's got some extra missiles to pump in once the catch-up phase starts, but I don't actually know how many shots this is.
Yeah, I think with this, I think that Just Charge Plasma is...
That's not.
I think it's half of what all of the beams would be. Goes.
Chat coming in with varying answers. And yeah, no ice, just charge plasma. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 40. And Keku already through Mother Brain 2. And Kip getting his first try ice clip through the Zeb. Making good use of all those missiles and just pummeling Mother Brain.
Now, Kip will land those missiles in Mother Brain.
I believe he had enough leeway for about 6 or 7.
10 regular missiles of up to 3 supers can miss.
And Keku paying his respects to the baby. With a wonderful, wonderful gif.
Meanwhile, the baby has appeared over on Kip's side of the screen.
And for routes taken and the extra amount of ammo Kip had to go and get, this is very, very close. Good job to both runners. And if you like what you've seen here, definitely follow both runners and Speed Gaming. And this is just the first of a best of 3, and we're having the second match right after this. If there is a third game, it will not be until, I believe, Saturday. I need to check the schedule again. Yep, that's correct. So, oh man, Keku getting kicked by one of the pirates there, having to recharge his spark. Keku dot dunning with the time of 56:45. Accidentally typing dot done low instead of dot done.
56:45. Nice time.
Yeah, it was
Nice run.
a really crazy start to the seed, and for where Varia was, and the routing he decided to go with, very, very nice time. And Kip right on his tail.
Forgetting that he doesn't have speed booster.
It happens to
a little
everybody.
tiny bit down the bottom path.
Once you realize the echoes aren't there, you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. But getting back on track, and should be finishing up with the time of around 58:20, I would say, considering he has to do the normal climb. And now we get to see where Spring Ball was.
Yeah. This is at Shack Tool.
And
We've got Southern Kip. Official SRL time of 58 minutes and 31 seconds. GG.
GG to both runners. Very close. Both very good. And we have their next match coming up right after this. I believe.
Now, where was that spring ball?
I believe we have a spring ball to find. Well, where is it? Oh, and of course, door transitions. Time aligning doors, 18 seconds. That's pretty good. Keku doesn't have to worry about who's getting angry at him now. And the tension mounts.
It is at Plasma.
Yeah, there was no way we were going to see that one, but the chat can dream.
Hopefully we'll see Spring Ball appear in the next one. Game 2 is being set up. Yeah.
Looks like
soon.
Looks like runners are going to take a moment just to use the restroom and cool down a little bit.
Yeah, make sure you all follow the runners. Very nice runs. Of course.
Oh no, I think I missed the doors for Kip.
I
Oh,
missed that too.
That's unfortunate, but I'm sure it was good. He's pretty good at aligning doors. It's the most important stat in the entire credits scroll.
All right. Well, chat seems to think around 21 seconds.
Time aligning doors means when you go through a door transition, depending on where the camera is scrolled, it will have to scroll extra before the transition actually happens. So time aligning is maneuvering in a way that moves the camera so that the door is faster. It's not viable to do it in every location, but you do the ones you can, and it does save a significant amount of time over the course of a run.
All right. Time to set.
Thank you.
That. Yeah, I'm gonna be. She's gonna take my place to commentate for all of you.
Thank you for commentating with me, Stump. It's been a good time.
Yeah, it was good to commentate with you. I'm Stump, and I'll enjoy this one from chat.
Hello.
Hello, Sephi. How are you doing?
How are you doing? Lovely cheaty face.
I'm not sure what you're doing with your voice there, but I like it. And I'm doing great.
Making fun of my voice, huh? That's messed up, dude.
I mean,
So,
not making fun of it so much as I'm pointing it out. And we see in the interim,
you know that.
we see Kip giving the high jump bootless lava dive a shot. It's pretty tight window for a trick, and it's not required ever in these randomizers. But if you can do it, it can speed up your progress pretty significantly.
So, how do you feel about that race, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Good.
It was so close. These two are great.
Yeah, both. Both runners. All right. First of all, I cannot stop talking about both of Southern Kip and kekumanshoyu. Kekumanshoyu, dear Keku. Yeah, I met him last year when he first started off his first speedrun game, is Super Metroid, and he's branched off to do all sorts of other wonders in the world. And he always provides tasty, delectable Hawaiian chocolates that he's known to give out to streamers, and he takes them with him over to GDQ. So if you see him,
What a guy.
jump him. Yeah, you better jump him because you want those chocolates ASAP. Just kidding. No, and then Kip. My goodness, Southern Kip. What? His progress in this game
is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Those tales that it's like Rudy. And I love Rudy. Like, he is a humble man. Both of them are, but Kip is genuine. He is sincere. He has an alter ego, Kip Strife. And
he's everything. He's everything you would expect a Southerner to be. Just really down to earth and good guy, and incredibly good. He's been running half a year now, give or take, and has already hit the 47 threshold, which is just insane. After switching his control scheme and console, just has skyrocketed and has done a bunch of other really cool runs. And Keku, I don't know as well. I mean, I watch him stream. He's a really nice guy. He's branched out, like you said, on a ton of different speed games and has become pretty popular. So both really nice guys, and it's really hard to take a side here and root for one or the other.
Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't take a side. The only side that I'm for is the Super Metroid community, and both of these runners are giving us pretty much their best. They're giving us their all. They know what it means to me. I don't know about
no
you
matter
guys,
which one wins,